This channel is what studying abroad dreams are made of. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel iSchoolConnect. Like every week, we are back with some really interesting content all around overseas education. Today, we are going to be talking about something really interesting. Couple of videos back, we spoke about Australia and how it's an amazing place to study in. So a lot of you wanted to know in detail about the MS prospects in Australia and some of the top colleges that are offering MS in Australia. So we thought, we already have a podcast on this which we will link. We thought, why not make a video as well and talk to you guys in detail about all the top colleges that are offering an MS in Australia. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out each of these top universities. At number 1, we have the Australian National University. It ranks at number 29 by the world rankings, the QS rankings, and this university is based out of Canberra, which is Australia's national capital. Now, this is one of those top premium universities that is most sought after in Australia, and not just in Australia, for a matter of fact, across the globe. In terms of fees, any student who's looking at studying there will have to pay anywhere between $41,000 to $45,000. It's the only university in Australia that has been set up by the Parliament of Australia. At number 2, we have University of Melbourne. Now, University of Melbourne ranks number 38 on QS World Rankings. It is one of those universities which boast of a large demographic of the university having international students. So it's going to be really cool and very comfortable for international students finding, like-minded people and finding different almost a multicultural experience is what you're going to get. So that's something that you can take away from University of Melbourne. Now, in terms of cost of education, this is going to cost you, an MS over here is going to cost you anywhere between $36,000 to $59,000. Now, all these numbers that we're talking about today in terms of fees, they're all in Australian dollars, right? So please be careful about that as we discuss. The third university I want to talk about is the University of New South Wales, also known as UNSW. Now, UNSW is ranking 43 on the World QS rankings, and it is definitely one of the most popular universities in Australia. In fact, a fun fact about UNSW is that the most millionaires of any university in Australia come from this particular university, right? So it's churned out quite a few millionaires and famous people. So that's again a really noteworthy point about UNSW. And another thing that I want to talk about is that this is one of those universities that is truly global because it has partnered with over 200 universities across the globe, and since they have this partnership, students can really reap benefits out of it. So again, a really important point while you're considering applying to a good university. In terms of the fees, the university's fees can be anywhere between $35,000 to $47,000. Now, another quick tip, since we are discussing the fees of all these universities, what I need you to consider is that don't take the fees of any university at face value, because a lot of times what happens is that you might just be eligible for a scholarship or any kind of fund that is allotted for international students. That happens sometimes. So there's a lot that can work around the fees. So don't try to cut off or cut out universities just because they might seem that they're over your budget. I understand that, right? So be careful, look for scholarships and see how much you can save. Apply to colleges, even if they are slightly over your budget or your funds. See if you get through, and if you can get through with a scholarship. At number 4, we have University of Queensland, rank number 47, so within the top 50 colleges in the world. Now, the University of Queensland is also very famous because it is one of the 8 universities of the conglomerate, which is the group of 8. So again, a point of prestige comes in there. Now, another important fact about the University of Queensland is that it is a research intensive university. So a lot of effort, funds, resources go into research at this university. And it's not just famous for an MS, it's also famous for its courses in medicine, right? So this university is based out of Brisbane, and another really, upbeat city. So definitely something that you guys can consider. In terms of fees, it is going to cost you anywhere between $28,000 to $47,000 depending on the course you choose. At number 5, we're going to be talking about University of Sydney. This university comes well within the top 50 universities around the world. And this university is again supremely famous among students because of how vast it is. It brings in almost 60,000 students each semester. So you're welcoming new faces and you're networking with new people and a lot of people around the university if you're studying at University of Sydney. Now, in terms of the cost, it's going to cost you anywhere between $40,000 to $46,000 Australian dollars if you're studying at this university. At number 6, we have the Monash University. It is ranked by QS at number 58, and it is definitely one of the most famous universities, not just in Australia, but in few other locations as well, because they have branches in India, China, Italy, Malaysia, and of course, since it's got campuses outside the country, it is really famous among students from these countries as well. Now, in terms of cost, the cost of education itself will cost you anywhere between $31,000 to $43,000. At number 7, we have the University of Western Australia. It ranks number 86 in the world rankings by QS, and it is home to more than 24,000 students. So definitely a smaller university compared to something like University of Sydney, but then again pretty large in terms of diversity, student diversity, and of course the kind of courses available at the university. In terms of the cost, it's going to cost you anywhere between $31,000 to $49,000 to study at this university. At number 8, we have the University of Adelaide, which is another really famous university in Australia. It ranks 106 according to the QS World Rankings. Now, University of Adelaide is also a part of the group of 8 universities within Australia, which is extremely prestigious. Now, in terms of the cost of education here, it will cost you anywhere between $34,000 to $46,000, and it's definitely one of those universities which has a variety of courses in both MS and non-engineering courses. So definitely something a lot of you guys can consider. At number 9, we have the University of Technology, Sydney, which is very famous within Australia, ranks at about 140 according to QS World Rankings. Now, this is one of those universities which is diverse in terms of the faculty of studies. Students can look at other courses as well apart from MS, such as sports, arts and design, nursing, law. So there are multiple choices within the university. Of course, the other universities that we spoke about also have a variety of courses available. Now, in terms of the fees of the university, the cost of education, it can cost you anywhere around $31,000 to $39,000 if you're studying at UTS. And the last university that we want to talk about today is the University of Newcastle. It is really famous within Australia, ranks 201 according to the QS World Rankings, and this is one of those universities again which is not just famous for its MS but also for a variety of courses such as mining engineering, architecture, even I think things like sociology and law. So there are multiple courses available. Do check it out and see if you find something that interests you. In terms of cost of studying, it will cost you anywhere between 30,000 to 36,000 to study an MS course in this university. Alright guys, so I think we spoke about quite a few universities and there were quite a few details that we shared there, right from cost to where these universities are located, to even things that they are famous for beyond an MS. Right, so go ahead and check out each of these universities. There's a blog with all the details that we spoke about and more on our website, on our blog site, which will be linked in the description below. So go check it out and see if you find the details that you're looking for. And if you don't find the details, you can always comment down below and let us know whatever your queries are, and we would love to answer all your queries, right? And do not forget to follow us on social media. We post some really interesting content, funny content on Instagram, on Facebook, literally almost everywhere. So go ahead and give us a follow there as well. And of course, do check out our podcast, Study Abroad Tips. It's available on Apple, on Spotify and Google as well. And if you have any further queries and if you would like to connect with our counseling team, you can always go ahead and check in with our website and our phone number, all of which is mentioned in the description. Do join our WhatsApp broadcast, which provides a lot of interesting information and news updates around overseas education, something that you will not find anywhere else, I can promise you that, right? So that's it guys from me today. This is Malvika signing off on behalf of iSchoolConnect. Until next time, take care, bye-bye.